And welcome to you on October the 8th. It is week 7 of the high school football season as we welcome you to Titan Stadium. Dominique Tomasso and Casey Irwine here with you tonight for tonight's coverage as we get set for the Shaler area Titans take on the Richland Rams. Well, Casey, the Titans come in after losing their 4th straight game last week after starting off 2-0. For the Rams, they lost their first 3 games of the year and have won their last 3. This is a much more beatable Richland team than we saw last year, the squad that went 11-0 and won the WPIAL championship. But Casey, this could be a tough night for the Shaler Titans.
Yeah, as you said, both the teams flipped the script almost on how their seasons were going. And Richland right now, it's kind of the leftovers of the Phil Dracovic area. That was scary for all of Pennsylvania. And it is going to be a tough night for the Shaler after that loss last week and their continuous 4 losses, and they'll be hoping to look to turn around here.
Yeah, well, 3 of their losses came against 3 of the best teams in the state, so this is still a really good squad. Well, one of the big storylines coming into tonight for the Titans is the injury bug. They have lost at least 5 starters, including their 2 best running backs.
Yeah, and that's why Smetanka will have to come in huge tonight. Last week, his decision-making was a little questionable, and his 2 touchdown passes were pretty lucky, actually, as they were great plays by Joe DiSabato. So really, Titans' hopes on offense rest on his arm tonight and how his receivers can do. I know Tanner Plans, I think, broke a wrist, so it'll be tough there as well.
Yeah, well, let's talk a little bit more about the offense. They put up 14 points last week against Fox Chapel. Keegan Smetanka threw 3 picks, and like you said, the 2 touchdown passes that he did throw, pretty lucky and pretty great catches by Joey DiSabato. If the Titans offense is successful tonight, it will be because of what?
It will be because of Smetanka's arm, obviously, and definitely that O-line. They'll be getting a lot of pressure on him, and they'll need to get Smetanka as much time as possible to throw the ball and find a target.
Yeah, with the loss of Josh Miller and Luke Signetti, the run-to punch at running back, that's going to be tough. Let's talk now about the defense. They held Fox Chapel to 28 points, okay, but that was 2 weeks after letting Penn Trafford score 54 points out on this field. What does the defense need to do tonight to hold down a pretty stellar Richland offense?
Well, last week, actually, the defense for the Titans looked very good. It was really just a freak of an athlete, Zidane Thomas, that just ran all over them, scored 3 touchdowns. In coverage, though, they basically eliminated the Fox Chapel passing game. If they can do that again tonight, they'll be in good shape and will maybe get out a dub here.
Well, we shall find out. Kickoff is right around the corner. Come join us down in the booth as we get set. It's the Shaler Titans, it's the Richland Rams, and it's all yours now.
We're the 2021 Shaler Varsity Cheerleaders, and you're watching SATV!
We ask if you turn your attention to the 50-yard line on the visitor side, where we proudly introduce our inductees into the Hall of Fame. Our first inductee is John Dolores. John was a 4-year letterman in cross country and earned 2 varsity letters in track. As a sophomore, John played an important role in helping the cross country team win a WPIAL runner-up and 7th place as a PIAA qualifier. His individual accomplishments include being a 2-time PIAA state championship qualifier. In track, John placed 4th overall in the WPIAL and 9th overall in the PIAA state championship as a junior. In his senior season, he was a WPIAL silver medalist and a PIAA silver medalist in the 800 meter. John's times in the 800 meter and 1600 meter races are the 2nd best in Shaler area history. In college at St. Francis University, John was named Outstanding Male Athlete. He was also a 6-time Northeast Conference individual champion, a 2-time NCAA East Regional qualifier, and his time of 3:49 in the 1500 meter is 2nd fastest in St. Francis history. John Dolores. Our next inductee is Annie Bozo. Annie's prowess as a volleyball player was apparent as soon as she set foot on the court as a freshman. She earned 4 varsity letters and served as team captain for 4 seasons. During her junior and senior seasons, the Lady Titans went undefeated and won section titles. Annie was named team MVP both years. She was a 4-time all-section selection, a 2-time all-Whitfield selection, and a 2-time first-team all-state selection. Annie was recruited by Syracuse University to play volleyball on the Division I level. She started for 3 seasons and was a 3-time ACC Academic Honor Roll member. Annie returned to Shaler area in 2018 and 19, serving as head JV coach and assistant varsity coach. Annie Bozo. Our next inductee is Ryan Mincher. Ryan defines what it means to be a 3-sport athlete, starting for multiple seasons at shortstop for the baseball team, quarterback and safety on the football team, and point guard on the basketball team, which won consecutive conference championships. In total, he earned an amazing 10 varsity letters. In baseball, Ryan was named team MVP twice and still holds that school record for highest batting average at .516. As a junior, he was named to the Post-Gazette's North All-Star team, as well as to the Whitfield Quad A first team. In football, Ryan was named to the Post-Gazette's Fabulous 22 North team, was a high school athlete of the week winner, and received top passer recognition. He also received the highly respected WPIAL Scholar Athlete Award and the WPIAL Triathlete Award. In college, Ryan played baseball for the University of Pennsylvania, where he started at shortstop as a freshman and has played the second most games in school history. He was twice named to the All-Ivy League second team and once to the All-Ivy League first team. In 2015, Ryan was ranked in the NCAA Top 25 for toughest batters to strike out. Ryan Mincher. Our next inductee is Eric Mazzetti. Throughout Eric's career as a girls varsity basketball coach at Duquesne, Vincentian, and Shaler area, his teams won over 300 games, and he was twice named WPIAL Coach of the Year. Overall, Eric coached 4 Whitfield championship teams, 3 at Vincentian and 1 at Shaler area. His Vincentian teams also won a PIA state championship and a PIAA state runner-up. When Eric was hired by Shaler area in 2002, he took over a program that had not won a section game in 2 years. Turning the program around, his SA teams qualified for the Whitfield playoffs 5 times, the PIAA playoffs 4 times, and won 2 section titles, as well as the 2010 and 11 WPIAL championship. Many of the athletes who played for Eric in high school went on to play basketball in college. Eric Mazzetti. Our next inductee is Carlos Risen. Carlos excelled on the track team for Shaler, winning the 1966 Whitfield Championship in the low hurdles. He was named MVP of the track team, setting school records in both the low hurdles and relays that same year. He was also a PIAA qualifier and named to the prestigious All-Whitfield track team. Carlos earned a 4-year track scholarship at the University of Pittsburgh, setting school records in the mile relay and intermediate hurdles and serving as captain of the track team his senior year. He ran on the 4x400 relay teams that placed first at the 1969 Olympic Invitational and also the Penn Relays. After Pitt, Carlos continued his studies at Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, where he served as an assistant coach for the track team, which won the New York Collegiate Championship in 1976. In 2013, Carlos was selected as the Pitt Varsity Letter Club Award winner of distinction. Carlos Risen. Our next inductee, David Sibinak. David earned 8 varsity letters in high school and distinguished himself in 3 sports, football, baseball, and wrestling. He captained the football and wrestling teams his senior year and was awarded MVP for both football and baseball. As a wrestler, David was the section runner-up in 2001 and 2003 and was awarded the Ford Award for the most improved wrestler. David led the football team in sacks and tackles in 2000 and 2003 and was selected to Shaler area's all-decade football team. On the diamond, David leading team RBI total was an integral part of the 2003 Titan baseball team winning the Section 7 championship and being crowned WPIAL runner-up. He was named second team all-section that year behind Neil Walker. David attended California University of Pennsylvania, where he lettered in baseball all 4 years. Cal U won the PZAC West Conference all 4 of those years and were crowned state champions in 2004. David was named to the PZAC All-Conference second team in 2006. David Sibanak. And our last inductee, Brianna Schwartz. Brianna earned an amazing 11 varsity letters in high school and was one of the most dominant long-distance runners in the country while competing on the cross-country, indoor track, and track and field teams. She was a 3-time Whitfield cross-country champion and won the PIAA cross-country championship in 2014. Foot Locker named Brianna the Northeast cross-country champion. In indoor track, Brianna's 4 minutes 42 second time in the 1600 meter earned her an indoor track state championship, a PA state record that lasted until 2019, and the distinction of being the second fastest mile runner in the country. In outdoor track and field, Brianna was a 3-time District 7 champion, a 2-time PIAA state champion in the 1800 meter. Brianna's outdoor time of 4:45 places her 6th on Pennsylvania's all-time list. Brianna's accomplishments continued in college, where she competed on the Division I University of Colorado's cross-country and track teams. During her years at Colorado, the cross-country team won a Pac-12 championship, an NCAA runner-up, and a 2018 national championship. Brianna was named to the All-Mountain Region team, placing 16th overall. In 2001, she led the Duquesne Dukes to the Women's Cross-Country Championship, earning A10 All-Conference honors. Brianna has already been inducted into the PA High School Track and Field Hall of Fame. Brianna Schwartz. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice round of applause for your inductees into the 2021 Shaler Area Athletic Hall of Fame.
Hi, we're the 2021 Shaler Majorettes, and you're watching SATV.
We get set for kickoff here at Titan Stadium. Dominic DiTomaso and Casey Irwine back with you. A fun little scene we just saw out on the field as the Hall of Fame class of 2021 walked down the 50-yard line. That was pretty fun to see, Casey, huh?
Yeah, it was really cool seeing all those former athletes of Shaler come back, and some of the accomplishments I was really surprised to hear. I mean, the one guy was second to Neil Walker in like PA all selections.
Yeah, pretty cool to see some of the best athletes we really have ever seen here at Shaler. As Jack Keenan gets ready to send the ball away, and we play football. As that one is going to be caught inside the 10 and taken out right down the middle of the field, and he's going to keep on rumbling. And what a start for Pine Richland, still going, and avoids another tackle and takes that one inside the 15-yard line. And that's about as good a way as the Rams can start this game.
Yeah, and probably the worst way Shaler can start this, bar a touchdown off that kickoff. Not the way you want to start. It's going to be a tough start for the Titans defense.
So now great starting field position for the Rams. So this is a Rams team, Casey, that comes into this game at 3-3. They lost their first 3 games of the year, losing 26-21 to Harrisburg, then losing 2 Seneca Valley and 2 Central Catholic, although those are 3 of the best teams in the state, so not that unimpressive to lose to those 3 teams, and then they win their next 3 games to come in tonight with a 500 record. As the offense will make their way out to the field for a first down as the ball is marked at the 18-yard line.
Yeah, Titans will need to stand here, hopefully try to hold them to, at the very most, a field goal here. It's going to be a tough start for this defense as they line up here.
That was Cole Boyd that made the run back. And cancel that. He's going to be the starting quarterback. On 1st and 10, he's going to take it out to his right, turns, throws to the end zone, wide open for the touchdown, and Pine Richland strikes first.
Yeah, and as I said in the pregame, I said the coverage was very good last week for the Titans, and right there, obviously, absolutely blown coverage, as it appears we may have a late flag on the field.
That was the senior Jalen Clem that makes the catch. And the referees are going to signal, and it's against Pine Richland, so the touchdown is taken off the board.
Yeah, fortunate there for the Titans. They catch a break right there on that first play. They'll get another shot here, and
referee going to head over and talk to the Pine Richland sideline, tell them what's going on as they move the ball back to the 23-yard line. So it's a 5-yard penalty.
It'll be 1st and 15 here then for the Rams, and Titans will hope to not let that happen again. Obviously a blown coverage there. Could have been an easy touchdown to start the game for the Rams.
So it's Cole Boyd, the senior, starting at quarterback tonight for the Rams. Eastburn to his left. He's going to sling it, passes batted up, and it drops into incomplete to set up second down.
Good right there for the Titans. Nice recovery after that first play, and it's now 2nd and 15. Titans hope to continue this stand right here.
Cole comes into this game throwing 11 touchdowns on the season and just over 1,000 yards. And another flag flies.
Looks like the Rams caught the Titans offside, so they'll get that 5 yards back for 2nd and 10.
So back to the 18-yard line we go. Boyd looks to the sideline. And it's 2nd down and 10. Eastburn now to the right of Boyd. Boyd's going to fake it to him, looks, throws to the end zone, passes, incomplete.
A little fortunate there for the Titans. I think he had his man open in the end zone. Definitely could have had him, but just overthrown. Definitely helped. I think the Titans got some pressure there right through that O-line to force him to throw that ball.
So now it's going to be 3rd down and 10. Pass was intended for Jeremiah Hazley.
Titans will look to make a stop here to catch a break and hopefully set up their offense for a good drive on the next.
3rd down and 10, Hazley in motion. Boyd takes the low snap and hands it off right up the middle and won't pick up a first down. That's Eastburn, and it'll be 4th down.
Great stand by the Titans there. Exactly what they need to do. And as I was saying before, they look to hold them to at most a field goal, but it looks like Pine Richland may keep their offense out on the field to just go for it here.
So first snap of the game, it's a touchdown that gets called back because of a penalty. And we'll see what Pine Richland decides to do.
Yeah, as they're looking to their sideline here, they're not huddling, just looking to the sideline, so not really sure what's happening. There's only 10 on the play clock. They need to go and do something right now, so have to use a timeout.
It'll be 4th down and 6, and it looks like they are going to go for it. Boyd takes the snap, fakes the handoff under pressure, passes incomplete.
And that was great there by the Titans. He came up right through there. That was number 4, Austin Timko. What a great play by him to force that throw. Big hit on the quarterback, and the Titans get the ball back.
Big stand by the Shaler Titans, and it looked like it was going to be a 7-0 game. Now it is 0-0, and the Titans offense gets the ball back.
And here we'll look to see the Titans offense for the first time today. Obviously, without that running game there, Smetanka needed to come up big here and hopefully capitalize on the defensive big stand.
This is an offense that scored 14 points last week against Fox Chapel. Probably going to need a little bit more than that. They hope to get the home win tonight against Pine Richland. 1st down and 10. Smetanka is going to throw it to the sideline. He has Dylan Schlegel who makes the catch, and Schlegel brings that one out across the 15-yard line and about 5 yards short of a first down.
And although it's just a short little gain like that, it's a positive start actually. I like the little short play, safe. You know, it's not, you don't want to take big risk here, and Smetanka's throw looked good there.
So it appears as if Timmy Ekbali is going to be the starting running back tonight for the Shaler Titans. Casey, we talked about it in the pregame. Josh Miller not able to go, Luke Signetti not able to go. the two big running backs for the Titans. So it looks like Akbali is going to get a lot of the snaps tonight in the backfield. So they move the ball up. It's going to be 2nd down and 2. Smetanka is going to throw. Passes caught. That's DiSabato as a flag flies on the near side of the field.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the flag is there, but I think that's Smetanka coming to talk over the coach. I think the flag will be on the Titans. May have been legal shift, I think, maybe.
Looks like it is going to be against the Titans. The chains are moved back. And it is going to be against the Titans.
Yeah, tough for the Titans there. It'll be 2nd and 17 now after that good positive start. Hopefully they can get it back and get a good gain here.
So they move the ball all the way back. They're going to mark it at the 17-yard line. A little confusion there on the scoreboard. Now it's going to be 2nd down and 7.
Yes, that's my bad there. The scoreboard did say 2nd and 7.
Scoreboard needs to get warmed up. Smetanka is under pressure. He's just going to flip that one to Dom Rossi, and it drops incomplete.
And as I said in the pregame, Smetanka's decision making needs to be better, and right there, that was not really a smart play. He should have really had pressure on him. He should have just thrown it away there, right there. That could have been an easy interception, easy pick 6 for the Rams.
So that's going to set up 3rd down and long. And the last thing you want to do if you're the Titans is punt the ball back to the Pine Richland offense.
Yeah, especially since after that defensive stand they had, they really want to help them out there and get some points on the board.
3rd down and 7. Smetanka, he has some time. He's going to throw. Passes intercepted over the middle and brought down out across the 15-yard line, and the Titans turn it over.
I don't think he saw him there. That was Brandon Ansell, the sophomore for the Rams, number 6. Yeah, I don't think Smetanka saw him there. He was just in the middle, and he tried to get the ball out. He was right there in the middle to pick it off, and tough break for the Titans offense. The defense will look to have another stand.
Smetanka threw 3 interceptions last week against Fox Chapel, and now throws a pick here on the first drive by the Titans offense. Casey, one of the things we talked about last week was momentum. Titans had some momentum, and I think they just completely gave it away.
Yeah, they really needed to get some points on the board there. Being first to score after a defensive stand like that would have been absolutely huge.
1st down here for the Rams. Boyd is just going to hand it off left side. Makes a move and brings that one down across the 15-yard line. That's Eastburn again.
That was a good job there. Titans swarming their running back, Eastburn. James Sanders got through there. At first missed the tackle, but was able to stay on them and help bring him down for able to keep it to a short gain.
They say that he picked up a yard, so it's going to be 2nd down and 9. Eastburn to the right of Boyd. Boyd is going to look and throw. Pass is caught over the middle. And a 1st down out across the 10. And down near the 5.
Just a simple slant there from Pine Richland. Hidden man, easy catch for them. But it was a good tackle there from the Titans. I'm not sure who it was, but he's able to keep him out of the end zone.
That's going to set up 1st down and goal for Pine Richland. Titans need to get a stop here, Casey. You do not want to fall in a quick 7-0 hole. Especially to this team who can put up a lot of points on offense and can stuff you on defense. On 1st down, low snap, able to pick it up and right up the middle for the touchdown, Ryan Palmieri.
Yeah, the Titans D-line there got bullied a little by the Rams offensive line. They were able to easily create a hole for their quarterback to just take it right up the middle and walk in almost.
So the Rams get the ball right back thanks to an interception thrown by Keegan Smetanka. And they line up for the PAT. Good snap, good hold. Kick is no good.
That was one of the oddest kicks I think I may have ever seen. I honestly thought it was good, but I guess it was just low. I think it was James Sanders that almost got there for the block. The snap didn't look too good, and it was a missed extra point there. And following up, the Titans offense really needs to do better. They had a big chance there after their defense got them the ball, and so they need to get points on the board to hopefully keep up in this game.
Yeah, I disagree with you, Case, though. I thought that was a good snap. It's just a really weird kick. I thought it made it over the crossbar, but it didn't, and it's going to be a 6-zip Rams lead early. I made a mistake, Casey, a few games earlier. I prematurely called a kick good, and it wasn't. Learn my lesson now. You got to wait and see what the official says, and then you can make the call.
Yeah, a lot of times I think whenever we make bad calls, I think it's everyone else's fault.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I mean, the scoreboard there, I mean, they got to get warmed up right there.
The scoreboard got to get warmed up, and no announcer jinx this time, because, we didn't predict anything. We learned our lesson.
Hopefully we can start predicting things like Tony Romo up in that broadcast up there.
Yeah, that's our goal. So the Rams are going to kick the ball back to the Titans, and the Titans hope to move the ball down the field and try and take a lead if you can get a touchdown and get a good PAT. That kick is just going to bounce up the middle, picked up by the Titans, and up the middle he goes and is wrapped up short of the 40-yard line.
Titans will have good field position here, which is what you like to see. And about that kick, I thought maybe the kick was like just something odd, but I think the kicker itself, maybe not their starter. I don't know, because two very not solid kicks, and maybe that squib was the plan, but I doubt it, to be honest.
That one bounced off the turf a few times before being picked up by the Titans. And they're going to mark the ball at the 37-yard line for first down.
As we see Agbale lining up again, do they give him the ball? Do they trust him enough to take a run here?
They are going to give it to him, and Agbale right side, and won't get much. In fact, he'll lose a couple yards.
They did trust him enough to give it to him, but he was just immediately swarmed. There was no chance, no blocks for him there. Titans lose a few. It'll be tough here from this drive.
They're going to move the ball back now to the 34-yard line, so a loss of 3. And again, Timmy Agbale is not the starting running back, having to fill in for Signetti and Miller.
Yeah, actually he's a corner, I'm pretty sure. So, I mean, that's just like not really heard of often, making your corner the running back.
It's going to be second down and 13. Smetanka is going to throw it deep. Wide open is DiSabato, and he makes the catch and makes a move. He's going to take that one up the right side and down near the 30-yard line. Big completion for Smetanka, and the Titans are rolling.
This is exactly what you need to see here out of the Titans offense. And once again, it's that man, Joey DiSabato. He got out there wide open. It was a perfect pass by Smetanka. DiSabato made a few moves, get a few more yards, and now the Titans will have it on the 30, looking good here.
It was DiSabato who had 2 touchdown catches last week, including the one-handed catch at the end of the first half. So it's going to be first down and 10. Agbale back in the backfield. Smetanka is going to throw. Pass is caught near the 25-yard line to bring up second down.
Well, as I said earlier, the O-line need to have a big game. Right now, they are looking pretty good, but besides that Agbale run right there, that Smetanka had no pressure on him, was able to get that nice throw, nice little gain on first down.
That was Ryan Doherty, the junior, who makes the catch, and they'll mark the ball at the 25-yard line.
As I notice here, the Titans offense do huddle up when they on that pre-snap, but the Rams offense have not. They just look to the sideline.
Just get to the line of scrimmage and go. Do the Rams. Second down and 5. Smetanka is under pressure. He's going to step up, make a move, but get dropped back at the 30-yard line. And that's going to be a loss of a few yards there.
Well, I may have jinxed a little bit there, because immediately the next play after I said the O-line was doing well, Smetanka gets a lot of pressure on him right there, and he gets sacked. I'm not sure if he maybe had a Agbale out there who went up. Maybe could have thrown it to him. I'm not sure, but it would have been tough anyways.
There's that announcer jinx we were talking about, Casey. And it's going to be third down and 10.
Titans need a first down here to keep momentum in this game.
Smetanka all by himself. He ran the ball a bunch at Fox Chapel. We'll see if he does it here. Instead, he's going to throw. Passes incomplete. Dangerous throw for looking for Dom Rossi, and it's going to be fourth down.
Another dangerous throw from Smetanka. You've seen that a little too often from him this last 2 weeks. Titans look to not have that because they need yards, they need first downs, they need touchdowns, they need to stay in this game, and I think they are going to go for it here. Not a punt, not a field goal. It's kind of in that middle range where you're not sure what to do, so they're just going to go for it.
They went for it a bunch last week at Fox Chapel. Sometimes it was questionable when they went for it. Do you agree with going for it here if they do?
I think I do agree because the defense has looked pretty good, and they only get on the 30.
Smetanka, he's going to throw it. Passes off the hands of Doherty. And the Titans give the ball right back to the Rams.
Doherty would definitely look to have that one back. It hit off his hands. I think he definitely could have had that. And now the Titans will give it back to the Rams offense. Let's see if the defense can make another stand here in more open field instead of only 10 yards to go to the goal.
That's a catch we usually see the junior make. And so now the defense will have to make another stand as we are just under 6.5 to go here in quarter number 1. As the Rams huddle up by the sideline, and they will get to call. Rain was in the forecast for tonight, Casey. So far, so good.
Yeah, I heard it might rain a little later, though, maybe around 8. We'll see, because that could definitely affect the game. It could definitely affect the Titans' passing game, which is very important.
So far, so good. It's dry here at Titan Stadium. Let's hope it stays that way as we get set for first down and 10.
And I think it'll be Pine Richland timeout here.
And it is. Their first timeout called of the half. They will have 2, and each team will go to their respective sidelines. So, Casey, we talked about Pine Richland losing their first 3 games of the year. They lost to Harrisburg 26-21, then lost at Seneca Valley 24-20, and then at home to Central Catholic 49-35. But those are 3 of the best teams in the state, so impressive losses, if a loss can be impressive, but that 3-3 record, it's a little deceiving.
Yeah, it is, because the Pine Richland is very good, and as good as they are and as big of a reputation they have, the Titans have had a pretty decent start, I'd say. I mean, the kickoff return was unfortunate, but the defense has looked good. I mean, it's hard to stop that offense twice from only 10 yards to go. So, but it's the offense here that really needs to do important things, and DeSabato already looking good, but now the defense needs another stop.
Rams offense have scored 77 points over their last 3 games. Right now they have 6. First down and 10. Eastburn is in motion. Boyd is going to look to the sideline. Pass is caught by Mellis, and Mellis is going to take that one up the sideline and out across the 40 and close to a first down.
I was going to comment before that play start, but the Rams had 3 receivers out on that side lined up. I think only one of them had a man on, so it was pretty easy screen and block there to get I think, is it a first down? Oh, there may have been a flag actually. I didn't see it, but...
Yeah, flag was thrown on the Titans sideline, blocked our view, but they're going to move the ball back.
So, lucky break there for the Titans, because that would have been a first down for the Rams. So now, once again, Rams will have it here on first down.
They're going to make it first down and 13, and the Titans move over the ball, and that's going to be offsides.
That's already the Titans' second offsides of the game, and you can't have that right now. They need discipline on that defensive line here. You can't give the Rams free yards because it will be tough to stop them already.
It looked like that was Tristan Holland that jumped offsides, and so now it's going to be first down and 8.
Once again, Rams have 3 receivers out wide lined up.
On first down, Boyd bobbles the snap and loses it. He collects it and is just going to take a sack for a loss back near the 20-yard line. That could have been a disaster for Pine Richland.
And once the Titans do catch a break, and then again, but it was a good job immediately swarming him by that D-line to make sure he couldn't get anything resulted out of that after he picked it up.
That was good work by Boyd, being able to get the ball back as he just completely lost it and fell to the turf. And the Titans offense getting some pressure here against this Rams offense. Second down and 16. Boyd looks, throws, passes caught, and out across the 30-yard line. That is Jeremiah Hazley to bring up third down.
Titans need a big stop here on third down. Right now, I don't think the Rams have only had 1 run, and it was the QB sneak to get it for the touchdown. So I think they'll once again on this 3rd and 8 be looking to pass, and the Titans should expect that.
I would expect to pass as well and try to pick up a first down On 3rd and 8, Boyd steps back. He's going to throw. Pass is caught on the sideline for a first down and spinning out across the 45-yard line, and the Rams are going to move the sticks.
I'm surprised there. The Rams went for a play action there, which is surprising because they haven't really established a running game yet to maybe make that play action work, but it seems to have anyways, as they were able to get a first down on that pass.
Boyd is throwing the ball a lot tonight. Came into this game with 165 pass attempts. And on first down, he's going to throw it again. Pass is caught, and another first down. And Eastburn out across the 35. We've said his name a lot tonight, Casey.
Yeah, and the Rams here look to be just doing simple passes and simple catches, and right there though, the Titans need to make a tackle. They missed a few on that run after the catch, and that's something you can't have tonight.
They've been able to move the ball pretty effectively down the field, just getting some chunk plays. And now it's another first down. Boyd all by himself. Steps back, slings it, passes, incomplete. Looking for Eastburn. Rossi was in coverage. Second down.
Surprised that was the throw that he went for. I thought he had number 8, Jeremiah Hazley, again in the middle. He could have went him short, but he didn't, and that throw was out of bounds.
Boyd all by himself again for 2nd and 10. Titans almost jumped there. Pine Richland wanted a call, and they're not going to get it.
Once again, it's an empty backfield here for the Rams.
From the 40-yard line, Boyd throws to the sideline. Pass is caught, and diving close to a first down. We'll see if they give it to him.
And I think that play happened because I think it was Rossi in coverage that had a little slip, but he was able to recover and make a tackle that saved a bigger play.
They are going to give them a first down, though. And once again, Pine Richland deep in Titan territory.
And the Rams will be throwing once again near the... Well, there is a man in motion, no longer an empty backfield.
That is Palmieri. He's going to get the ball and take it right up the gut, but he will not get much. And runs into a curtain.
Great job by the Titans D-line there, not letting him go anywhere. And the Rams did finally try a run with the running back there, and obviously going nowhere. I would be surprised if they try it again soon.
It's going to be 2nd down and 10. Ball is marked at the 24-yard line. Eastburn to Boyd's right. Boyd is going to throw toward the end zone. Passes incomplete.
Right there, I thought Don Rossi had him in coverage, but then he lost him though, and the wide receiver for the Rams was open, but the throw was just over his head. Titans catch a little break right there.
Got a little bit of separation. Boyd slightly overthrew him, and it's going to be 3rd down and 10.
And once again, Titans need a big stop here. 3rd down and 10. Not often they get these chances. They do need to make a stop here. Hold them to maybe a field goal. I'd be surprised if they do go for a field goal with how the kickers look.
Eastburn is out there. They're not going to give it to him. Boyd under pressure, but gets the pass off in time. And right up the middle, a Titan player loses a helmet, but Jeremiah Hazley able to bring that ball out across the 15-yard line for another first down.
The Titans went all out blitz there. They had 3 on Boyd right before he threw it, but he was able to get it to Hazley, who was able to run, break a tackle, and get a first down. Unfortunate for the Titans there. Thought they had him.
Rams are going to line up.
And once again, this is about the 3rd time we've already seen this position in this game.
Boyd takes the high snap. He's going to throw. Pass is batted and picked off. A turnover by the Rams, and Shaler gets the ball right back.
Well, I think at this point you may want to see the Titans in this position every time. Their defensive looks stellar right here, and I'm not sure who batted that ball, but it was number 2, Tristan Holland, who came down with the interception, and it's huge there for the Titans to get the ball back to their offense.
Holland makes up for the offsides penalty he got earlier in the drive. Gets the pick, and now the Titans get the ball right back. They have had a bunch of chances on defense to get the ball back from the Pine Richland offense. On first down, Smetanka looks, throws toward the sideline. He has Dylan Schlegel, and Schlegel is able to break a tackle and pushed out of bounds short of the 15-yard line. Well, Casey, I would expect to see a lot of passes because right now the Titans have negative 8 yards on the ground.
Yeah, as we said before, they are depleted in their running backs. Obviously, their corner, Timmy Agbale, is starting as their running back. And both sides right now, their running game is basically non-existent. I expect to see a lot of passing on both sides tonight.
Agbale in the backfield next to Smetanka. It's going to be second down and 6. Smetanka is under pressure, spins, but can't avoid the tackle, and he's going to be dropped.
And he was just unmarked coming through there, that Rams defender. I think it was, I'm not sure who it was. I think it was Brandon Enzo, number 6. And now the Titans will have a tough 3rd and 15 to go here as Timmy Agbale comes out. Obviously, I don't think we'll be seeing a run here with how it's been going.
Smetanka heads back to the huddle. Do you expect to see a throw, or are you expecting something a little bit more conservative on 3rd down and 15?
I expect a conservative throw. I don't think they want to give the Rams any turnovers right here. That would be very bad right now.
Smetanka right on the goal line. Rossi was in motion, and they're going to blow the play dead as a flag flies on the other side of the field. And it's going to be a delay of game against the Titans.
Well, another penalty for the Titans. Can't have that. This is their 3rd today on both sides, and they really need discipline right now. Now it's 3rd and 17, I think it is, and I expect an even more conservative here since the ball is on the 3.
Backed up inside the 5. Rossi in motion. Smetanka under pressure. Has to get the ball off in time. He does, and that one was near nobody. Joey DeSabato was making the run, but he was well covered, and that ball flies out of bounds. It's 4th down.
Well, right there, I think the play call should have been something that at least could have gotten them a few yards, because now when they put it away here, they'll be very backed up in their end zone, and it'll be tough. The Rams definitely looking good for good field position. I mean, their deepest man right now is backed up to only the 35.
This is going to be a difficult punt for Dominic Rossi, as he is toward the back of the end zone to boot this one away. 1:06 remaining in the first quarter. And play clock runs down.
Spires. Nothing is called, though.
No flag, and that punt is blocked up into the end zone and recovered by Pine Richland for another touchdown.
As I said before, the Titans should have tried to get at least a few yards of conservative play, because right there, as I said, they would be very backed up in their end zone to make it tough, and obviously, as you can see, it resulted in a touchdown off a blocked punt for the Rams.
So the penalty proves costly, and the Rams, with their 2nd touchdown of the game, we'll see if they go for 2 here to make it 14-zip, or if they just decide to kick the extra point to make it a 13-0 game.
I was a little confused because the Titans could have been actually possibly helped out by a penalty there, because for us it looked like the play clock had expired, but nothing was called. It looked like the play clock was on 0 for a good few seconds, but nothing was called.
Yeah, there was a good couple of moments when the play clock had 0 to when the snap got off, and that would have blown the play dead, but nothing gets called, and Pine Richland benefits.
Yeah, nothing Tom Rossi could have really done on that punt there. It was just unfortunate he was so far backed up in the end zone. I mean, Rams were already right there coming at him. I mean, even if you got the punt off, it wouldn't have been very far with the situation.
Pine Richland calls their 2nd timeout of the half, so they will only have 1 remaining. As we are 60 seconds away from this quarter coming to an end. Referees tell everybody to get back out on the field, and both sides will. So we'll see if the Rams line up for a kick, or if they decide to go for 2. And it looks like they're just going to line it up and try and send it through the uprights.
No, I think they're going for 2 here, Dom. Yeah, I think they're going for 2. I don't think they trust their kicker as they do.
That's a good call, Case, and that one was easy. Right into the end zone for a 2-point conversion. It looked to me like they were going to just kick the field goal, but instead it's Palmieri taking it into the end zone, and it's 14-0.
It was a similar play to their touchdown, actually. He was able to just walk into the end zone right up the middle. Huge hole there, and Titans have lost any momentum that they've had. Defense was giving the offense breaks, but the offense wasn't able to capitalize on it, and now they're in a 14-0 hole.
Yeah, well, the Titans have had chances, Casey, in this game, and right now they are in a 2-touchdown deficit, and that's something that you do not want against this Pine Ridgeland team.
Yeah, really the only positive thing I can say about the Titans offense right now is that one play to Joey DiSabato, but besides that, there's been virtually no production, which is something that you can't have right now, and we hope to see more production from the offense.
And I think a lot of it, too, comes from you don't really have a running game right now, and that's nothing against Ekbalik. He's not usually a running back, but when you're missing your 2 best backs, that's going to hurt your offense when this is a team that like to run the ball with those 2, and you can kind of split it between run and pass. Now it's going to be a lot of passing, and when you can't run the ball, that can hurt the passing when the defense knows to watch out for that.
Yeah, and the Rams were definitely coming into this game looking to take advantage of the Titans having no running backs, and they have already. And it really has shown with no running game, Rams have been expecting pass every time.
Perry sends that one away. That one is picked up by the Titans and returned just short of the 30-yard line. And the Titan offense will come out to the field. This is when you need a score if you're Shaler.
Yeah, right now the Titans need to prove that they are in this game. They're here to compete and to keep those playoff hopes and strong hopes. I keep it repetitive there, I know, but
yeah, no. It's the second week of section play. If you lose this game, then playoff hopes are going to be pretty dismal.
Yeah, that's why the Titans need a score here and need to see some creative stuff.
First down and 10. Here is a little pitch, and up the right side, but not getting much, is Ryan Doherty.
Well, it was a little different from what we have seen, but as he got to the outside, Doherty, there was no one else to block for him. He was just swarmed by 3 more Pine Richland.
They're going to say he picked up a yard, so it's going to be second down and 9 as the game clock runs under 30 seconds.
Yeah, right here, this may be the last play of the quarter. Titans will look to end off the quarter strong to go in the second quarter for a strong drive.
Second down and 9. Smetanka rolls out to his left. He's under pressure. He throws it. Pass is caught. And trying to make his way to the 30-yard line, he comes up a little bit short for third down.
Good strength there from Mike Bally to not go down right away. Got probably an extra yard, maybe, but it is the last play of the quarter, and we will be taking it to break. We hope the Titans offense can continue to drive down the field. We'll see you next quarter.
We're the Shaler Area Girls Volleyball Team, and you're watching SATV.
Quarter number 1 is in the books, and it is a 14-0 lead for the Pine Richland Rams. And Casey, the Shaler Titans, they had some opportunities in the first quarter, weren't able to capitalize, and right now they are in a 2-score hole.
Yeah, if I was the Titans defense, I'd be a little upset at the offense if I was them, because they helped them out a lot with those defensive stands, and the Titans offense wasn't able to do anything with them.
Held them to 6 points as Smetanka on third down. He is going to escape and take it out to his right. Throws downfield. Passes picked off. Intended for Ryan Doherty, and that one's going to be returned the other way. And making a move and bringing it down to the 45-yard line are the Pine Richland Rams. And another turnover for the Titans offense.
Yeah, once again, it is Smetanka's decision-making that comes into question. He should have, I think, just continued to run with the ball. Even if he didn't get the first down, it wouldn't have been risking a turnover right there. Obviously, he just kind of hucked it downfield, and it was picked off. It is their second interception of the day, already 1 away from his total last week at Fox Chapel. Is exactly what you didn't want to see.
No, not against this Pine Richland team. So it's going to be first down and 10. Boyd is in the backfield. He's going to take it out to his right under pressure, gets the throw off in time, and it's complete.
Oh, it's dropped.
And then the ball comes out. Looking for Andrew Mellis, and it's going to be second down.
Yeah, and once again, rolls out to his right was Boyd. Had his receiver. He just flat out dropped it. Definitely looked to have that one back. Definitely could have been an easy first down for the Rams. And Titans, once again, catch another break.
Pretty good decision there by Cole Boyd. And his receiver not able to make the play. As the Rams are going to look to their sideline, get the call, and head back to the line of scrimmage. Second down and 10. Boyd is going to hand it off. That's Eastburn up the middle, trying to make a move, and he will bring it out across the 40-yard line to set up third down.
I think that may have been one of them read options there from the Rams, and I think he may have made the right choice there, because if Boyd had kept the ball, I think he would have been tackled right away, but he hands it off, and they're able to get a few yards, set up a third down and 6 actually.
Third down and 6 for the Rams from the 39.
Play clock is down to 13. Third down and 6. Boyd is going to take the snap. Quickly throws, and the pass is caught. And that's going to be enough for a first down as the catch is made by John Rottenhaus.
Once again, for Pine Richland, another short, quick throw, something that they are sure they can complete, and it's kind of killing the Titans right now as they're able to get it. But once they get down that deeper end, they aren't able to do that as much, and obviously the Titans have made a few stops down there.
Pine Richland easily able to get first downs against this Titans defense, as it's going to be first and 10. Boyd is going to give it to Eastburn, who makes a move and brings it out to his left, cuts upfield, still rumbling, and down near the 25-yard line he goes, close to another first down. He'll be a couple of yards short.
Good run there by Eastburn, who was able to make a few men miss and was able to set up a nice second down for the Rams. Titans will be looking to make another stop here deep in their end. And the Rams are starting to get that running game more involved, trying to mix it up some, and it seems to be working.
It'll be second down and a short 3. As Boyd is going to step back, throws, and the pass is caught, and that's going to be a first down. And making a move and taking that one into the end zone for a touchdown is Cam Wells.
Well, once again, it was another missed tackle off of another short throw, quick throw from Pine Richland, and it is definitely killing the Titans right now. They just keep doing it over and over, and now the Rams look to go potentially 21 or 22 to nothing. Not what you want to see for the Titans.
Less than 2.5 minutes in the second quarter, and the Rams already score a touchdown, and they are leading by 20. They're going to go for the PAT to make it a 3-touchdown game. Kick is blocked.
Once again, another shaky kick from Pine Richland. I don't know if that kicker, or what's going on with their kick game right now, because it is just looking very questionable. Titans able to get another block on it.
It's been a few interesting kicks here tonight, so that will keep it a 20-0 game. And Casey, this defense, we talked about it last week. Zidane Thomas was able to just run wild on them, had 2 touchdowns on a couple of long runs, and so far it looks like the Rams offense, they're all just running wild on the Titans defense.
Yeah, they are. They're just, and it's, while the Fox Chapel was getting the run game over and the passing game was nowhere near, right now it's the pass game that's killing the Titans. But last week for the pass game for the Titans, it was, they were able to cover the deep balls, but Pine Richland hasn't thrown those deep balls. They've just thrown the short stuff, and that's what's getting to the Titans defense.
So the Rams are going to kick it away for the 3rd time in this game. They have scored 3 touchdowns so far in the first half. As Perry lines up to send it away. That one is popped up toward the left side, and out of bounds it'll go, and that'll be a flag.
Titans will once again good field position off the kickoff, And I'd say with the momentum Pine Richland have right now, if their offense keep that going, this may be I know it's only 9:36 left in the second quarter, but you're already down 20-0. This drive could be make or break for the Titans here. I think they need a score.
The last thing you want if you're the Titans is another turnover. Smetanka has already thrown 2 picks. And you just need to try and move the ball on offense, or at least pin Pine Richland deep in their zone if you can't generate anything, and try and hold down their offense.
I know it'll be hard, but I think the Titans definitely need to look to try to get something in the running game going.
Looking for a touchdown. Akbale is in the backfield, and Smetanka's going to give it to him, and Akbale able to shake off a tackle, and he's going to get a couple of yards, maybe 3 to bring up second down.
Well, as I said, they do need to try to get that running game going, and although it was only 3 yards, that's more positive than what we've seen so far. And if they can just get little things like that going, they could get the play action game going, and the Titans offense may have more options to drive down the field.
They're going to move that ball all the way to the 39-yard line, so it's a pickup of 4 for Timmy Akbale. And it'll be second down and 6. Smetanka steps back. He's going to throw. Pass is incomplete.
It was tipped at the line of scrimmage. I was going to say that was not just a little, it's way off, so it had to be tipped. I'm not sure who tipped it there, but so now it's 3rd and 6 for the Titans. They definitely need a conversion here, Dom.
He was looking for Dylan Schlegel on the sideline, so another third down for the Titans. It's going to be 3rd down and 6, as you said. I would expect a throw here on 3rd down.
Yeah, and I would expect it maybe to go to Mr. DiSabato himself. Obviously, his favorite target right now, the hottest hands on Shaler, and they'll definitely be looking for him as there maybe some confusion on the Pine Richland secondary.
Dylan Schlegel at the top of your screen, Ryan Doherty at the bottom.
And Titans will look to think about this play as they call a timeout, their first of the half.
You know, Casey, we mentioned how this is the second week of section play. The Titans started off the season 2-0, and a lot of people were talking, hey, maybe this is a different team. Maybe this is the team like the one that made the playoffs a couple of years ago. They've lost 4 straight games, got obliterated by Penn Trafford here at homecoming. This was a big momentum game, as we said, but right now they are just getting rolled over by this Pine Richland team.
Yeah, and as we said before, if they lose tonight, they would have to probably win out to hope to make playoffs. And right now it is tough for the Titans offense. As you said, the momentum, the Titans could have had it a few times, but the offense is not able to capitalize on it after big plays by the defense. And now we're in a 20-0 hole. To have any hopes in this game, you need at least a score on this drive.
It's going to be 3rd down and 6. And the Titans need to get the ball to the 45-yard line to pick up a 1st down. Smetanka, he has time. Time is up. He's going to throw toward the sideline, and pass is incomplete as Ryan Doherty looked to make the diving catch, and that one hits the turf.
Yeah, and DiSabato once again had to roll out, try to make a pass. I think he just about got there to Doherty. I think Doherty won that one back. I think he thinks he should have caught that. It would have been a tough catch, but I think it was makeable there. And the Titans, down 20-0, even in their own end, will look to go for it here.
Ryan Doherty, the 5'7" junior, who has had a couple of targets so far tonight. Smetanka, he's going to boot that one away. And that one's going to check up at the 35-yard line and bounce near the 40-yard line.
Unfortunate bounce there on that punt. Not a very far punt, so the Rams will have good field position already almost at midfield. And I said before, the Titans need to score there, but they didn't take that much time on the clock on that drive. So the Titans defense can either stop here and get to their offense quickly again. That would keep their hopes in this.
Not a very long drive by the Titans offense. They give the ball right back to Pine Richland, who have been able to move the ball efficiently and effectively so far in this game.
And the Rams have had a lot of 3 receivers out wide during this game, as they do again.
3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Boyd is going to feel the pressure. Out to his left. That one is going to be slung and passed and caught And that is Jeremiah Hazley making the catch.
A few Titans almost were able to get to Boyd, but they were blocked at the last second, unfortunately. And Hazley there, Jeremiah Hazley, with a one-handed catch. He's been an absolute unit out there. Broke a few more tackles to get a good gain of 7, and the Rams now have 2nd and 3.
Ball marked at the 45-yard line. Boyd is going to receive the snap. He's just going to keep it himself and take that one up the left side and close to a first down. And we'll see if they give it to him.
It's a late flag there. I think Dylan Schlegel hit one of their receivers for the Rams, and so more undisciplined there from the Titans. I think the Rams will get another 15 yards, as I think Cole Boyd has just limped off the field.
Cole Boyd is making his way toward the sideline. His helmet has come off, as the call is going to be against the Titans. And it's going to be a personal foul. And I believe it is against Dylan Schlegel. Well, Casey, this is something to keep an eye on as Boyd makes his way over on the sideline. And we'll see who Pine Richland runs out as the QB.
I think it's number 25, Ryan Palmieri. Let's see what he can do as Boyd's replacement.
5'11" junior receives the snap. He's going to step up, and he's going to keep it and take it himself. Another flag flies as he's going to take that one down the sideline and out across the 15-yard line. We'll see what the call is and if the play stands.
I don't think it will. It looks like they're all backing up. The play will not stand. Good break there for the Titans, as I think with Boyd out, we can already see the Rams plan for Palmieri. He looks really quick. They'll look to really just get him to run the ball, maybe a Lamar Jackson-esque player without the arm.
Yeah, we'll see if he carries the ball a lot more. I expect he will carry the ball more than Boyd did, and that one is going to be moved back, and they'll mark the ball at midfield.
A lot of flags out there tonight, huh, Dom?
Yeah, there is. A lot of yellow being flown so far tonight.
Not really good on both sides of the ball for either team. You don't like to see the laundry being thrown out everywhere.
No, you don't. It's going to be first down and 22. As Palmieri is just going to keep it himself again. Second straight time he runs it, and up the left side he goes, and still moving, and he's going to take that one close to the 40-yard line, and a couple more flags fly.
And the laundry comes out once again. They can't keep it in the hamper, and man, I don't know who it's. I think it's on the Rams as they start to move back. Yeah, and once again it was a Palmieri run for the Rams. And as we say at the beginning, the Rams were all passing at the beginning. They started to mix in some runs, but now with Boyd out, it may just be almost all runs here.
Head coach Steve Campos isn't too happy over on the sideline, as his team has now suffered a couple of penalties on this drive, and they're going to move the ball back even farther.
Yeah, a little undisciplined for both teams on both sides of the ball. Lots of flags. You don't like to see it, but it is good here for the Titans. They have a good advantage here. First and 22 for the Rams.
I believe they're going to tack on even a few more yards as the ball was marked at the 42-yard line. And yeah, it's going to be first down and 37.
Wow, first and 37.
About a mile to go. Palmieri is going to heave it downfield and wide open for the catch. And picking up a bunch of yards. That is Evan Johnson making the catch, and they get most of those 37 yards back.
Well, announcer's jinx, how about it?
Still good old announcer's jinx. As it's going to be second down. We'll see where they officially mark the ball.
The Titans virtually let them get all those yards back, so it's only 2nd and 6 now as the Rams look to keep it going quick here.
A gain of 31 on that previous play. Palmieri is going to flip it, and the pass is dropped wide open, but not able to make the catch, and that is Jeremiah Hazley again.
Yeah, Titans came on the blitz there, and Hazley will absolutely want that back. He could have had a lot of yards on that one if he catches that. There were not a lot of people there with everyone going for the QB.
Pine Richland student section is making a lot of noise. They have a lot of fans over there tonight, Casey.
Yeah, they do, definitely rivaling our student section. Pine Richland's going for the pink out theme, which is what Shaler did last week.
That's what they did against Fox Chapel. And a lot of those fans are the marching band. They have a very large marching band. They've been making a lot of noises on 3rd and 6. Palmieri is just going to step up and make a move, take that one toward the sideline, and bring it out across the 30-yard line, and he will be about a yard short of a first down.
Great coverage downfield there by the Titans that forced Palmieri to run it. I saw Don Rossi was step to step with his man, forcing him to run it and keep it to 4th down.
It's going to be 4th down and a couple of yards. We'll see if they go for it. That is Eastburn back in the game to the left of Palmieri. And on 4th down, they're not going to get it.
Bursting right through there was Austin Timko, stops Palmieri short, and once again the Titans defense is able to get the ball back for their offense. With 6 minutes left to go in this half, Titans will definitely look to score and finally capitalize for their defensive.
So Cole Boyd comes out of the game, and he led his offense to 20 early points. And with Palmieri at quarterback, they give the ball away on 4th down and short. So now it's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Titans. As Akbale is back in the game. He's been in the backfield a lot tonight. Rossi in motion, low snaps. Patenka hands it off to Akbale, and Akbale is going to take it up the left sideline and make a move. And Akbale, his best run of the game, he's going to take that one out across the 40-yard line.
What a great positive start for the Titans drive here. They need to get that running game involved, and a great 1st down run by Akbale, his best run of the night, as you said. And the Titans continue to drive down the field, mix up the offense some, not just the passing game.
They'll mark the ball at the 43-yard line. Timmy Akbale now maybe starting to get into a groove. Starting to get comfortable at the running back position. Rossi in motion again. He's going to get it. He's going to take it upfield. Dominic Rossi gets hit, and out across midfield he goes. They'll mark him at the 49-yard line.
And with Rossi once again going in motion, I've seen him go in motion almost every play, I think, on the offense. And I think with Smetanka tonight, he hasn't been playing his best game. Titans are looking to run the ball a lot now, even though it hasn't been working. But right now, it's definitely looking very positive.
Couple of positive runs here for the Titans offense. So it's going to be 2nd down and 2 in Pine Richland territory. Spatenka hands it off to Akbale, and Akbale's going to take it up the middle, and he's going to pick up a 1st down near the 45-yard line.
And once again, another run, another good positive run. And right now the blocking for the Titans is great, allowing positive yards on these runs. Best we've seen all night from them.
As we come up on 5 minutes to go here in the 2nd quarter, you would love to see the Titans score and put some points up on the board. Last thing you want to do is head into the 3rd quarter being shut out.
And I do think Akbale was a little shaken up on that last play. He did get crunched there.
He's still in the game, and Smetanka is going to elect to throw. Pass is caught, and that is Doherty making the catch, and he will be tackled short of the 40-yard line.
And right there, it was the Titans going for a quicker throw, taking the Pine Richland route, and it does work. Gets them a nice 6-yard gain on 1st down, as Doherty does come off the field, might be a little shaken up there.
It's going to be 2nd down and 4 inside the 40-yard line. Rossi in motion once again. Smetanka's going to hand it off, and Akbale right up the middle. And he's going to be short of the 35-yard line and a 1st down to bring up 3rd down and a yard.
Still another good positive run by the Titans, because at the beginning it was just negative. Right there, another 3-yard gain. Akbale did very well there to keep pushing it, gain the extra yard to set up a nicer 3rd down and 1 for the Titans. A 3rd down that they definitely need to get here.
Akbale had negative yards on the ground in the 1st quarter. He has had some big runs, has picked up 1st downs, and it's now going to be 3rd down and short. We'll see if they give it to Akbale. They're going to throw instead. Smetanka gets the completion, but it's dropped. Dylan Schlegel not able to pull it in, and that would have been enough for a 1st down, but instead it's 4th down.
And the Rams, for maybe their first time, definitely catch a break there on a Titans play, because Titans definitely should have had a first down there, but it was dropped, unfortunately, by Schlegel. But obviously, I think with the 20 hole down, Titans will definitely look to go here on 4th and 1, and they definitely need to convert here.
I assume you agree with going forward on 4th down?
Yes, I definitely do.
I am with you on that. And Smetanka's gonna sneak it, and we'll see if he gets it. Both sides
I think it looks
disagree.
like he got it.
Pine Richland says he didn't.
From where the ref is standing, I think he got it from the ball placement, because it looks like the stick's at the 40, and they will move the chains. The ball is placed on the 39.
A pickup of a yard, that's all they needed. It's going to be 1st down and 10 after the QB sneak from Keegan Smetanka.
Doing a little Brady there, nice little QB sneak to get the 1st down. That's all they needed, just those couple yards.
Tom Brady-esque by Keegan Smetanka on the QB sneak.
I don't understand how Tom Brady does that. He's like the slowest guy in the league, and he always gets the 1st down.
Greatest QB sneaker in football history. It's going to be 1st down. And Smetanka is going to throw that one, and hauled in by Doherty. And he will take that one close to the line of scrimmage. We'll see where they mark it.
Nice throw there, nice catch by Doherty, and Smetanka definitely need to get that ball out there right at that moment, because I don't think he knew, because right behind him there was a big man looking to sack him right there, but Smetanka got the ball in time. It'll be 2nd and 6 for the Titans as Pine Richland calls a timeout, their 2nd of the half.
Just under 3 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Well, keep in mind that this is a team that obviously won the WPIAL Championship last year after going undefeated, but a lot of changes coming with this team, graduating 17 starters from a senior class that went 32-5 over the past 3 seasons, and they won 2 WPIAL championships, a state championship, and 3 WPIAL finals appearances. And in that group, Casey was a 2,600-yard passer, a 1,200-yard receiver, and another of other players that are now playing in college. So it's a different team from last year, but they look like they're getting on a roll that they were getting on in last year.
Yeah, they definitely do look like they're getting on a roll. Obviously, lots and lots of changes, and the Titans definitely were big underdogs coming into tonight, as they still are right now, and they look to change that, though. To get a touchdown on this drive will be huge and send them into a good position going into the next half.
Able to convert on 4th down, so it's going to be 2nd down and 6. As Smetanka is going to give it to Akbali, and Akbali right up the middle and able to avoid a tackle. And he's going to be a couple of yards short of a 1st down, but another good run for Timmy Akbali, who seems to have gotten into a groove.
Oh yeah, he's definitely in his new groove right now. Akbali is doing very well, getting adjusted to his new role as the running back. Another good hole for him set up by the O-line and the blocking, and so 3rd and 1 here for the Titans.
It's going to be a long one, as the line to gain is just inside the 25-yard line. Ball is marked at the 26. And Smetanka is going to quickly throw, and the pass is caught, and that's going to be enough for a 1st down, as Joey DiSabato gets the completion.
And I like what the Titans are doing here when they do throw the ball. They're not going for the big, deep shots anymore. They're just doing nice, short passes, quick passes. They just need to get the ball out quick, because sometimes when Smetanka has the ball for too long, he hasn't been making the best decisions. So if he can get the ball out quick and just be sure with it, that's good for the Titans.
Under 2 minutes to go. It's going to be 1st down and 10, and Smetanka under pressure gets the throw off in time and almost picked.
Had a lot of pressure on him right there. Was very fortunate not to get that intercepted. I think it was for the Rams, number 55, Jalen Clem, who almost picked that off on the D-line. And Titans here, 2nd and 10. What do you think they would need to do right here?
Well, I would expect another throw, as we now are 1:38 to go. I don't really want to see them run the ball with Timmy Akbali, although he's had a few good runs here on this drive.
I wouldn't be surprised if they, well, never mind. They do go empty backfield. I do believe they'll throw here, like you just said.
Smetanka all by himself. And he's going to step back under pressure, avoids the sack, and gets the throw off in time, but well short of his intended receiver, Ryan Doherty. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, he had to get the ball out there quick. He was under pressure right away. It was a good job avoiding the sack, but he had to get the ball out quick, but there was just nowhere to go without a risky throw.
So we'll see what they do here on 3rd down. I would expect that if they don't get it, they're going to go for it again on 4th down, depending on how much they have to get a 1st down. But right now, down 20, Titans would love to get a 1st down and try and get this ball in the end zone before the half.
I think they'll definitely be looking out to the right there. They have DiSabato and Schlegel lining up out there. They're definitely looking outside as DiSabato goes in motion.
Smetanka is going to roll out to his right. Slings and the pass is picked off right into the hands of the defender. And Brandon Ansell is going to bring that one up the sideline. And able to bring him out of bounds is Logan Douglas. And everything that the Titans were able to do on that drive just ended right there.
Once again, Smetanka interception is 3rd of the game already equaling last week. And once again, it was just right into the hands of the defender. Just no pressure on. I don't know if he didn't see him or what. I'm not sure, but there's a flag on the play. I think it may have been a late flag. It will not affect the interception.
Referees are gonna talk about it, and
actually,
let's see.
I may have affected the interception after all because, it might have been the run back.
I believe the flag was on the run back, and that it will not affect the interception.
Well, with only 1:18 left in the half, Palmieri is still out there instead of Boyd. I expect him to just get a bunch of runs here, run out the clock, and still gain 1st downs.
He has Eastburn. Instead, he's going to step back and air that one out toward the sideline. Pass is caught. And a big pickup for the Rams on their first play of the drive, as that one is caught by Alex Gotchis, the senior.
Well, they definitely didn't run the ball, I do have to say. And what a throw, what a catch, though, by number 15, Alex Gotchis. And, I mean, that diving catch, that was good.
So much for running the ball and running the clock out, as we are now under a minute remaining. It's going to be 1st down and 10. Palmieri is going to have that play called dead, and it's going to be a false start.
Rams are trying to go quick there. I think it confused someone on the O-line. And obviously the false start there drives it back another 5 yards. Hopefully that'll help the Titans out, because with how fast they were moving, I don't know if that tired Titans defense could have really kept up.
So now that ball is going to be marked at the 45-yard line. It's going to be 1st down and 15. Clock still runs as we come up on 50 seconds to play. Palmieri, he's going to step back, looking to throw, and he completes. And making a move and taking that ball all the way up and picking up a 1st down, it is Brooks Eastburn again.
And I think that's like the 3rd or 4th time I've seen that, where Titans have a lot of pressure on the QB, but they just get out quick and they have so much room down the field to run.
Quickly up to the line of scrimmage, and Rams are going to spike it. And that was a little bit of a exciting play at the line of scrimmage, as it looked like the Titans thought for a second maybe that ball was out. But instead, that'll stop the clock at 38 seconds to bring up 2nd down and 10. It'll be 2nd down and 10. And Palmieri all by himself. He's going to take off out to his right, heading toward the sideline, and up the sideline he goes, and a huge block and another flag.
I think it'll be a flag on number 15, Alex Gotchis, again for that. I think it was that block. I think it'll be unnecessary roughness. It was a quite hard hit. Might have led with his helmet. And undisciplined once again from Pine Richland. Another flag flies. And for Palmieri coming in for Boyd, I do have to say, earlier I said it would be like a Lamar Jackson without the arm, but I have been completely wrong. His arm has been just as impressive as his legs, and right there his legs were impressive again. Unfortunately, the block that he got was illegal, and it does push them back 15 yards.
A little more undisciplined Pine Richland team than we're used to. We talked about the change from last year to this year. This is something that we didn't really see last year on the Rams.
Yeah, in a game of blue versus white, there's just been a lot of yellow out there.
Yeah.
Like, really surprising.
A little too much yellow for my like, as Palmieri is going to air that one out. Pass is caught in the end zone for the touchdown. Alex Gotchis makes the catch, and it's the 4th touchdown of the half for the Pine Richland Rams, and they lead 26-0.
And Gotchis immediately makes up for his hit.
Another flag flies, Casey, in the end zone, and this is just not what you want to see.
Yeah, just too many flags. It does not help the game out at all. And I think it was, I'm not sure who was on, but as I was saying, Gotchis, he immediately makes up for his mistake, gets open, gets a touchdown, and as I also said, Palmieri's arm has been just as impressive as his legs. He really is like a little Lamar Jackson out there.
That call is going to be against Pine Richland. And the referees are going to briefly talk about it, and they'll go their separate ways.
Well, as there's only 23 seconds left in the half, I think for Pine Richland, the only really negative they could say about this half is how many flags that they've had.
Yeah, everything else has worked out pretty well. Have not allowed the Titans to score. Have forced Keegan Smetanka to throw 3 interceptions, and the offense is a kick away from making this a 27-point game.
I think they're going to go for 2 here, though.
Maybe try to make it a 28-point game, as Palmieri is going to throw to the end zone. Pass is caught.
And that'll be 28-0 Pine Richland. And they get an easy 2-pointer. Again, I'm surprised that they don't just go for that every time. Don't even go for kicks on extra points. The Titans are now in the deepest hole of the night, hardest to climb out of.
So Casey, we talked about in the pregame what we wanted to see out of the offense. What have you seen out of the offense that you liked? Let's start with the positive.
Well, the positive, right now there's not many. That drive at the end before that 3rd interception looked very good. They were able to mix up the run a lot, which is good to see because I said it would be non-existent, but they actually got a lot of positive plays on the run. I did say Smetanka's decision-making need to be better, but it has not been there. He's already equaled his interception total from last week. 2 of them being straight to a Pine Richland defender, one of them just being a deep long ball that did not need to be thrown.
Yeah, but when you're being blanked in a half, it doesn't look like there's a lot of positive on the offense. I will say this, the running game improved throughout the half, and Timmy Agbale was able to get a lot of positive yards late here in the second quarter.
Yeah, and there's a positive going in the next half that they were able to get yards on the run, because before, at the start, they would not do that. As we said, they had -8 rushing yards at one point.
I do expect to see a little bit more of Timmy Agbale in the second half. Now, what about the Titans' defense? They've let up 28 points. Now, not all of it was their fault. We obviously had the blocked punt in the end zone. But this Pine Richland offense, it looks like they can kind of get their way, and another flag flies. My goodness.
It was the kick once again went out of bounds.
That's the second time that has happened tonight.
But for the Titans defense, they have, I said they were impressive last week. At times tonight, they have definitely been very impressive. They've gotten turnovers, they've gotten stops when they needed. But when your offense doesn't help you out much at all, and you have to keep going back out on the field against this type of offense, it's going to keep breaking at points.
Yeah, as you mentioned, the 3 picks, you're just sending your defense right back out there, and that doesn't help matters much at all, as it's going to be 1st down and 10 from the 50-yard line.
Well, one of Pine Richland's touchdowns wasn't even an offensive touchdown. It came off of special teams on that block punt. And I think there was a false start on the kick. I'm not, because he said false start, but he pointed to the Rams' defense, so a little confused there.
Well, either way, it's going to be 1st down and 10 from midfield, and Smetanka is going to throw that one toward Agbale, who makes the catch and takes that one toward the sideline and won't get anything as he gets brought down on his sideline. Tackle made by Brandon Anzel.
Yeah, tough there for Igbale. The first game at running back, and he is getting plays like that where he just has to go out there. I've seen similar things with Najee Harris for the Steelers where he just gets it quick out wide, and there's really just no help for him out there.
I know you're a big Najee fan, Casey. I was waiting for the first Najee Harris reference of the game.
I'm a big Najee Harris fan, and let's hope in the second half that Igbale can keep running and turning into his own Najee Harris for the Titans.
It's going to be 2nd down and 9. Smetanka has time. He's going to throw it over the middle, and the pass is incomplete for Joey DiSabato, and he got popped.
The Titans are definitely looking for a flag. I thought there definitely should have been a flag. I think that was definitely an unnecessary late hit as DiSabato just pops up. What toughness there. I thought trainers were rushing on the field looking to help, but he just gets right back on his feet, just showing that grit.
Well, we've seen 86 flags tonight. Why not throw another one? But DiSabato says, hey, I'm ready to go, and pops right back up, and he's ready for the next snap. And it looks like they're going to bring him off and just check him out.
Yeah, with 12 seconds left in the half, I don't really see much here happening on this drive. They don't want to risk him going in the second half here, getting injury, or just for the rest of the season even, with how many injuries they've had, they don't want their star wide receiver getting out too.
That's the last thing you need, is to have him join Miller and Signetti on the sideline. 12 seconds left. It's going to be 3rd down and 9. And Smetanka is just going to air that one out toward the sideline. Pass is incomplete by Schlegel. He makes the catch but is out of bounds. And it's going to be 4th down.
Well, it was a good throw by Smetanka, even if it was risky, because Schlegel was in double coverage, but he was able to get up there with his height, get the catch, but unfortunately couldn't get those feet down. If he did, Titans may have had a chance on about the 20 or 15 yard line to possibly score, but they have it once again in midfield.
Dylan Schlegel is 6'3", so he is able to make some of those jump catches that he usually likes to make down on the sideline. That time not able to pull it in bounds. And with 5 seconds left, the Titans are going to take a timeout.
And now as the both sides break out of their huddles from the timeout, I am surprised that they would really call a timeout there. I mean, there's only 5 seconds. I mean, you really just want to run out the clock here at this point.
Down 28 points, just send it to halftime and try and make some adjustments. So what, is there anything you want to see different in the second half? I'm sure there was a bunch of changes that could be made.
Well, I definitely want to see the passing game going better. Let's hopefully it can go better right here.
That one is going to be incomplete on 4th down. There is no flag on the play. Looking for Dylan Schlegel again. Looks like Schlegel wanted a call. He's not going to get it, and that will run out the clock. So it's a 28-0 game in favor of the Rams. Stick around and watch the Shaler Titan Marching Band. We will be right back after this.
We're the 2021 dance team, and you're watching SATV.
ready to start quarter number 3 in what is a 28-0 game here at Titan Stadium, as the Titans will receive the ball to start the half. Dominic DiTomaso and Casey Irwine back with you. It's going to be back in the broadcast booth, Casey. I know last week we were out in the cold, braving the elements in the bleachers of Fox Chapel. It's nice to be back in our little cozy home.
Yeah, it is a little stuffy in here, but it is better than the coldness of that high altitude of what Fox Chapel was, as the Titans get the kickoff right now.
That is going to be a return, and out across the 30.
25.
Out across the 25. Thank you, Casey. That was Ryan Doherty. And it's going to be first down for the Titans. So not a great first half offensively for Shaler. Keegan Smetanka throwing 3 picks, which matched his total from last week. What do you want to see out of the offense to start the half here?
Well, obviously the pass game needs to be better with Smetanka's 3 interceptions, but news about that passing game: Joey DiSabato has undressed. He will no longer continue for this game. How do you think that will affect the offense?
Yeah, well, it's going to be huge. He's one of Smetanka's favorite targets. We believe it was the hit that did him in, as Timmy Akbale is going to get wrapped up immediately.
I don't know if that was Akbale. I think that might have been someone new.
We'll see if we can find the number.
Oh, maybe it was Akbale.
And it was Timmy Akbale, who had a pretty good end to the second quarter after coming off to a rough start to start the game. Not usually a running back. Obviously, with the loss of Josh Miller and Luke Signetti, he's getting a lot of touches in the backfield. And there he's going to lose a few yards. It's going to be second down and 13.
He did have a strong finish, and it looked to continue that strong finish into the second half.
Smetanka is not going to get the pass off in time, as it's going to be a false start.
It is going to be a false start. 5 yards back for the Titans offense.
A lot of flags in the first half. Hoping we don't see as many here in the second half, but not off to a great start.
Yeah, both sides not too great with their flags. Their discipline needs to be better on both sides. And how do you think flags could affect the game, then?
Well, if you're the Titans, you're down 28 points. The last thing you want to do is just move your offense back, or if your defense, give up yards that you don't need to give up, as they give up 5 yards here. And another flag.
Another false start, and what were we just talking about? You don't want to push that offense down the field some more, and the flags continue to fly tonight. Titans continue to be pushed back tougher and tougher to get to that first yard marker. First yard, yeah, so it's going to be 10 yards now that they've given up here on second down, and it's going to be second down and 23. Started to rain during halftime, Casey. It appears the rain has stopped. We'll hope that it remains stopped and waits until this game is over. Yeah, rain right now could already affect the abysmal passing game right now for the Titans.
Smetanka is going to take off, and out to his right he's going to throw, and the pass is caught. And near the 25-yard line, they're going to pick up a few of those yards that they gained on the penalty.
That was Schlegel right there. He did a good job of coming back to be able to get that ball for Smetanka to throw it to. And we have seen Smetanka roll out a few times like that and make a poor choice, but right there, that was a good choice, good throw, got a good pickup, makes the third down here much easier than the third and forever they would have had.
They marked the ball at the 25-yard line, so it's going to be third down and 12. A little bit more manageable than the second down and a mile they had a few moments ago, as Smetanka is going to step up and throw it toward the sideline. Pass is caught and out across the 35-yard line.
I think he may have gotten that first down. We'll see where the marker is. He does. Great move by James Sanders, who caught that ball, made a few moves, was able to get to that first down marker. Titans are able to move the chains after having second and 23 off 2 false starts.
Second and 23, and then third down and long. And now it's a first down, so a good start so far for the Titans offense, at least on that last play. On first down, Smetanka is all by himself. He's going to step back, throw across the middle, and the pass is caught by Dominic Rossi and close to a first down. And we'll see if they give it to him. It looks like, for the moment, they're going to mark the ball at the 47-yard line, which would be a couple of yards short of a first down.
Right there, good route by Dom Rossi. Usually he, in the first half, was in motion a lot of the times, but this time James Sanders took that place and Dom Rossi went out and caught a ball. Now Titans have second and 1, much better than what they had last time.
Looking to move the ball down the field as they are down by 4 touchdowns As we are now under 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Smetanka all by himself. Dylan Schlegel at the bottom of your screen. And Smetanka is going to step back, throw toward the sideline. Pass is incomplete. Looking for Dominic Rossi, and it's third down, excuse me.
Similar play to the last one there, trying to find Rossi again. Couldn't hit him. It was once again James Sanders in motion, kind of taking his place. Passing game has looked better so far, and Agbale is back on the field. Maybe we could see a run here with only a yard to go.
We'll see if Timmy gets the ball, or maybe we'll see another QB sneak by Smetanka. No QB sneak, as Agbale is to the right of Smetanka. And he's going to give it to Agbale, and up the middle, Agbale makes a move but cannot pick up a first down. And in fact, he may have lost a yard to bring up fourth down.
I thought Agbale maybe could have had it, but it seemed he had to stop and try to go back. He couldn't get there for the first down. It will be fourth down.
Well, let's see for a second. It looked like they were signaling to give him a first down.
And they are moving the chains. I thought a surprising call. I thought he definitely didn't make there.
Well, the initial spot of the ball, it looked like he was short. But now they're going to say he does get a first down. So another first down here on this Titans drive. I think Pine Richland is a little confused over on their sideline. High snap, Smetanka able to get it and dumps it off. And that's going to be a big loss on first down, as Dominic Rossi not able to get anything out of that.
Yeah, nowhere to go for him. The Pine Richland defenders were right there immediately. Nowhere to go for Rossi. Titans have a tough second down here, but as we've seen earlier on this drive, they can definitely overcome that.
That's going to be a loss of 4 to set up second down and 14. Shaler in the huddle. They break and head to the ball.
Smetanka is he's going to be empty backfield once again. They're going to throw here.
Doherty split out wide. He had a good first half, targeted a lot as Smetanka throws and completes wide open and making a move, another move, and a first down. It's picked up by James Sanders down near the 40-yard line.
Another great play by James Sanders. He's starting to pick up steam here, and he makes more good moves to gain extra yards as he's been doing at the start of the second half.
It looks like it is starting to rain now in the glare of the stadium lights. Very light drizzle, nothing too heavy just yet. We'll keep an eye on that, and it's going to be 1st and 10, and the ball is marked at the 40-yard line.
Right now, with the 28-0 they are at, Titans are going similar to what they did at the start of the game with a lot of passing, but I think the passing plays themselves have been much smarter than at the start.
Agbale to the left of Smetanka, and that play is blown dead, and a timeout is going to be called by the Shaler area Titans.
I think Coach Ryan there saw something he didn't like. He immediately was sprinting up to call a timeout to the referee. And as Titans continue to drive down the field here, Dom, what have you been seeing so far? Improvement from the second quarter?
Yeah, well, a lot of improvement. Now they're able to move the ball a little bit, able to move it more effectively. Some better throws from Keegan Smetanka. A couple better decisions have been made.
And with the loss of Joey DiSabato, you think, oh, the passing game definitely, with how little it was already, with one of their biggest receivers out, surely can't really be that good anymore. But as you can see, Titans have been driving down the field with the passing game, with Smetanka's arm. If they can continue to do that, they could put some points here on the board.
The offense was something that we talked about all offseason and all throughout the beginning of the season. One of the focal points of the offseason, something that they were trying to improve upon. 7 returning starters on offense this year. And right now trying to move the ball and put up points for the first time. As on first down, they hand it to Agbale, and he gets stuffed on first down. And he's going to lose a few yards on that run to bring up second down.
Well, as I said, that the Titans' offense was similar with the passing game in the first quarter. It's also starting out similar with the running game. There's been almost nowhere to go there as they lose a yard, and I'd be surprised if they run it again right here.
It's going to be second down and 11. Agbale is going to stay out on the field. He is really the only running back that the Titans have available to them, as Smetanka is going to fake it. and take off out to his left, running toward the sideline. He's going to flip it out of bounds.
And I think he had Schlegel open there in the middle as he was running to the side. I saw him jumping up, calling for it, but Smetanka couldn't see him and couldn't get it to him, and now it'll be a long 3rd and 11 for the Titans.
Was feeling pressure on his right side, so that's going to bring up now 3rd down and 11. And we'll see what the Titans decide to do. I would expect another throw, maybe looking for Dylan Schlegel to pick up a chunk of yards.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did something similar to Pine Richland, where they've done a few screens, but for Shaler, I think they give the screen to James Sanders right now. He's making a lot of moves, gaining a lot of yards. If they get him a screen with some nice blocks, I think they can get a 1st down.
He's been in motion a lot. Schlegel is at the bottom of your screen in single coverage. It's going to be 3rd down and 11. Smetanka steps back. He's going to flip it. Pass is caught by Agbale, and Timmy Agbale's not going to get much. And close to the line of scrimmage he goes to bring up 4th down and long.
Yeah, not a really positive play there. I don't know what hopes they were having of yardage there. I mean, was nowhere to go for Agbale as soon as he caught it. It was just a little slip screen to him and just nowhere to go. Defender immediately on him. Can't break the tackle over a much bigger guy.
Do you agree with the play call?
No, I don't. I think they should have done, I don't know, maybe a quick slant or something, because you know they're going for 4th down. So just try to get some yards.
Down by 28, they're going to go for it on 4th down and 12 as they lose a yard on their previous play. Smetanka, flag is down. Pass is caught. Dylan Schlegel out across the 20 and down near the 15. A flag is thrown back near the 45-yard line. We'll see who it's against, but for the moment, Dylan Schlegel has the Titans' 1st down.
I think it's against the Titans. I'm not sure who it was, but everyone is walking back. It was a false start, but the play wasn't whistled dead.
Didn't sound like there was a whistle. They just let the play continue.
Which is quite odd. Usually false starts, play is dead right then and there. So for them to keep it going, take down the Titans' hopes right there. Another false start for them. Give them a 4th and long 17.
Coach Ryan talking to the official on the sideline. I'm sure he's wondering the same thing that we were, where the play wasn't blown dead. They were able to just keep on playing, and then a flag flies as the play commenced. And so now it's going to be 4th down and a long 17.
Schlegel was visibly upset with that last play. He's going to be angry on this play. Wouldn't be surprised if it goes back to him.
Sanders in motion. Smetanka is going to step back. Has pressure in his face. Another flag. He throws that one toward the sideline. It's batted incomplete. And we'll see what this call is.
It was going to Schlegel. Once again, we'll see what the call is, though. Maybe it can help the Titans here.
You know, Casey, I know you do a lot of research. Do you have the record for the number of flags that have been thrown in a high school football game?
No, but I wish I did because, wow, we are seeing a lot tonight, and it is a holding on the Titans. It'll be declined, and the Rams will get the ball back on offense. So, Dom, that Titans drive there coming up short, but what did you see different from the first half that could maybe help for the rest of the second half?
Well, Smetanka made a couple of great throws in the play on 4th down. He made a great throw to Dylan Schlegel, and that would have really helped them on offense, maybe try and get the ball in the end zone. It was called a false start. Now the ball moves back, and now it's going to be 1st down and 10 for Pine Richland. What do you want to see out of the defense, Mr. Irwine?
Well, the defense needs, I forget his name. What's his name? Palmieri.
There you go.
Palmieri is still in a QB, and he's got the threat on arm and leg, so they'll hope to stop him there.
On 1st down, he's going to air that one out. Passes incomplete, overthrown for Andrew Mellis.
As I just said, he's definitely got the arm, and right there, that was a great throw, just overthrown, but it had the spiral, had the length, but couldn't just get there to his target.
So Cole Boyd is still out of the game. I wonder if we'll see him again, especially if the deficit remains this large.
I wouldn't be surprised if they don't. If we don't, though, they wouldn't want to risk an injury here. They're up 28-0, and Palmieri is playing just fine.
5'11", 170 junior has gone a bunch of snaps here tonight. He's thrown the ball, he's run the ball, and right now he's alone in the backfield for the moment, and he's going to flip that one, and pass is caught. That's Eastburn. And not able to get much on that drive, on that play rather.
Great
That's going to bring up 3rd and long.
Great tackle there by Tyler Johnson. If he missed that tackle, Patterson definitely gets a few more yards and would get a much easier 3rd down. But now they've got a 3rd and long, a 3rd and 14, I'd say. So that's good for the Titans there. And about that last drive from the Titans offense, even though they didn't get too far down the field, there's already only 5 minutes left in the quarter.
This quarter's gone by quick as Palmieri's going to throw. That pass is batted down, almost picked off. That was close, and it'll bring up.
Unfortunately, we don't have a name on the number 70 for the Titans. Was able to bat it up in the air. If he's able to find that in the air and catch it, he definitely could have had a pick 6 there.
So that's going to bring up 4th down, and the Rams are going to punt that one back.
I think this may be our first actual punt scene tonight by either side.
Certainly feels like it. As the ball is going to be marked inside the 40-yard line. That one is booted away. And that one's going to take a nice Pine Richland bounce and roll down near the make that the 23-yard line.
Well, Titans offense steps back onto the field. Similar spot to where they started on their first drive of this half. What do you want them to do on this drive?
I say you just keep throwing it down the field, get Smetanka some more passes downfield, and try and move the ball and put some points up on the board. They've been getting some good runs out of Timmy Agbale, some not great runs. I say you just keep throwing the ball and try and just get some offense going here in the 3rd quarter as we are under 5 to go here in quarter number 3. 1st down and 10. Smetanka all by himself. Has some time. Time is up. He's going to scramble and step out of bounds out across the 25-yard line.
That was a good decision there from Smetanka. We've seen him scramble out a lot of times, but usually he'll try to throw and force the ball down the field sometimes. And that time, he just takes the few yards, scrambles out of bounds, saves some clock with the deficit, you know. So it's good to see there.
That's going to bring up 2nd down.
And the officials are meeting for something. I'm not sure what, though.
We'll see what this is. They've been busy tonight, Casey.
They have been very, very busy earning their pay tonight.
Yes, they are. And we'll see what they're going to do. I guess play is just going to resume as normal.
Yes, so just continue a 2nd and 5 for the Titans offense. Not sure what they were meaning about there, but we'll see what the Titans can do right now.
All is well in the world. Ball marked at the 28-yard line, 2nd and 5. Sanders is in motion. Smetanka is going to air it out. Pass is caught. And a Titan 1st down as Dominic Rossi makes the catch.
Great throw there by Smetanka. I thought he had James Sanders close to him, but he is able to lift the ball just over the defender, get it perfectly into the stomach of Dom Rossi, who's able to catch it for 1st down, and the Titans continue to move down the field. And with 4.5 left in this quarter and only about 16 left in the game, I'll be really honest, Titans don't look like they have much of a chance, but if they can get some good drives on offense, though, to go in the next week, that would be great for them.
Mr. Optimism over here. Dylan Schlegel, by the way, was in the zip code of that ball, but it's Dom Rossi who comes away with it, and Smetanka trying to escape, but he will not go anywhere and is dropped down inside the 30-yard line. And that's going to be a big loss on 1st down.
Yeah, he was immediately swarmed there. There were holes everywhere through that O-line, and he was able to get away for a few seconds, was able to keep the ball away from the defender that almost poked it out, but Smetanka keeps it away, just takes the sack, and it'll be a long 2nd down for the Titans.
We'll see where they mark the ball. Looks like they're going to put it at the 27-yard line to make it a loss of 9, and 2nd down and 19. Smetanka is going to get rid of it and get the completion at the 30-yard line. Pass is caught there by Sanders to bring up 3rd down.
3rd down and about 14, I think. Titans here. Not sure what they'll do. I mean, I think they'll pass the ball. They'll be looking for a 1st here. I wouldn't be surprised if they go to Schlegel, big man, once again. He really is looking for the ball in the 2nd half. I think they'll look to just toss up to him and out-physical someone.
It is going to be 3rd down and 14. Play clock is down to 8. Titan offense still in the huddle. We'll see if they call a timeout. They're not. Play clock down to 3. Have to get the snap off in time. And they are going to call a timeout.
Well, waste of a timeout there. You don't like to see timeouts that are used for no reason. And Titans offense gets in the huddle. And
So we have a little bit of a break. You know, Casey, one of the big topics of conversation around Pine Richland in the offseason was the firing of their coach of 8 years, Eric Kasparovich, following a school district investigation into allegations of hazing and bullying that he did deny, but he is no longer with the team, and all of his coaching staff left with them. So they had to bring in a new regime and kind of start over for the program under new head coach Steve Campos. They kind of look like the same Pine Richland team, though, that we're used to, the team that last year went undefeated and won the Whitfield Championship.
Yeah, obviously they started the season 0-3, so it took them a little bit to find their ground, get their shape going, but then they found it, and they're able to go the next 3-0.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 14, and Smetanka is going to air that one out toward the sideline. Pass is incomplete, looking for Sanders, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
What a throw and what an effort, though, by James Sanders. He went up to go get that, and I think he should have caught it. I mean, it was in his hands, in his chest, but he just drops it. It would have been an amazing catch, but unfortunately, he can't come down with it. Titans are here on 4th and 14. I think, and the Dom Rossi will punt the ball away.
Do you agree with punting it away, Casey? I mean, you get the deficit, it's 28-0. Hopes are slim.
Yeah, I'd say they should punt it away right now. They're deep in their own territory. Don't want to give them the ball right back in their own end.
Not a great punt by Rossi. That one's going to bounce and roll out across the 45-yard line and be marked near the 48-yard line for Pine Richland.
So Titans defense will once again have to start in their own end. Not good for them. I think the ball is actually on the well, they're putting the ball somewhere else because it should have been around the 45, but I'm not sure where their spot. Nope, he's bringing the ball back out. It's on the 36, I think.
Looked like Pine Richland was a little confused there on where they were going to mark the ball.
I think they're redoing the play because Don Rossi's back there to punt it once again.
Well, let's do that all over again. On 4th down, the Titans are going to punt it. And another flag. A better punt there from Rossi. And back is Pine Richland to make the catch. He's going to bring it up the sideline, make a couple moves. Still going, and he has a lot of room. Open space, and...
What a tackle from Dom Rossi. The punter gets all the way back to stop. The touchdown run back by Andrew Mellis. What an effort, but we do have to see what the flag is at the start.
We'll see what the call is and who it was against. Great play by Dominic Rossi, able to save what would have been another touchdown for Pine Richland, and it's against the Titans.
So a false start for the Titans. I'm not sure if there's a different rule. I'll have to see for high school because I thought for false starts the play stops immediately, but there once again it doesn't stop immediately, and now the Rams have the ball right next to the end zone. So the Titans once again could have benefited from a penalty.
So now they're backed up into their side of the field once again as we are a little over 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. And out comes the Pine Richland offense.
That Titans defense has got to be tired. They've been out on the field for a long time tonight, and a lot of times they've been deep in their own end to start.
Still no Cole Boyd. I would expect, Casey, as you said earlier, that we're not going to see him. And Palmieri is going to take the snap, take it right up the middle, and in for the touchdown. Pine Richland scores once again.
Yeah, Palmieri once again takes it with his legs. His strong legs have looked very solid, very fast tonight. He chucks over someone else to get into the end zone for another Pine Richland touchdown. It's 34-0, and they'll go for the extra point. As I said, I would be surprised if they went for it again with their kicking, but they do go for it here.
Looking to make it a 35-0 game. He has been able to throw the ball well. He has been able to run the ball well. And right now his team has put up some points on this Titans defense as that kick is good.
That one barely made it. Right there, that was just a line drive just over the bar.
Just over the crossbar, but it is true, and it's 35-0. So both teams will head to their sideline.
Shaler offense will look to find something positive, down 35-0. I think they know by now, with only 14 minutes left, getting 5 touchdowns in that time is just about impossible. And I think their coaches maybe already starting to think about next week. They might start to sit a couple of their stars with how many injuries they have already. And I am surprised, though, right there I see Tanner Plains lining up for the kick return. I think he broke a wrist or something. I see he has a cast on with some bubble tape around it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it is.
Nice blue cast on his left arm, the lower part of his left arm. I believe it was a wrist injury. And he's going to be out for the kick return.
Sanders team to receive.
Well, with only 2 minutes left in this quarter, Titans getting the ball back. What do you want to see from this drive, Dom, even with their hopes looking low?
Yeah, well, I say you just see what we can see from Keegan Smetanka, as that one is popped up and will drop inside the 30-yard line. Chance for maybe a couple of yards of a return, and they'll get a few. Yeah, you know, you just kind of want to see Keegan Smetanka out on the field, make some good passes, try and continue to move the ball down the field. He threw 3 picks in the first half. It's gone a little bit better here in the second half, and we'll see what he can do as we have just over 14 more minutes to go here in this game.
Speaking of Keegan Smetanka being back out on the field, there he comes, coming into the huddle, looking to lead his offense to maybe get a touchdown here when they finally looked for. Hopefully make the defense feel better, maybe a quick apology, because the defense has made lots of stops tonight and the offense just hasn't capitalized.
Defense has been out on the field for a while tonight, mostly back in their own territory, as on first down, Smetanka is under pressure. He's just going to get rid of it and get the completion. That's Sanders. And Sanders out across the 40-yard line, and Smetanka able to get the throw off in time under extreme pressure, and that's going to bring up second down.
Great job by Smetanka. He was the target of a wild goose chase right there by 3 of the Rams D linemen. He's able to get out over them, force Sanders, who's had the hot hands in the second half, get a nice solid gain on first down, set up a much better second down.
But mark the ball just past the 42-yard line, and it's going to be second down and short. Smetanka by himself. They're going to throw. Pass is caught. That's Sanders again. And right at the marker, and they're going to put the ball at the 45-yard line, and it's a first down.
Once again, they go to Sanders there. He looks good tonight in the second half. They do a quick pass like they were doing at the end of the second quarter, which is good to see because during that time, they got good positive yards until an interception.
Well, with Joey DiSabato out on the sideline, now is the chance for some other wide receivers to step up, make some catches, and see if they can get this offense rolling.
Do we see the run game much at all tonight, do you think, Tom, for the rest of this game?
Maybe late in the fourth quarter if the deficit remains the same. See if we can get Timmy Agbali some more touches. As that snap is low, and Smetanka just has to jump on top of it to avoid further disaster. As on first down, they're going to lose some yards.
Yeah, bad snap there, but good decision from Smetanka just to cover it up. Don't want to risk another turnover for the offense because the defense, with how tired they must be right now, would not be happy.
Clock is going to run out on the third quarter. It is 35-0 to the fourth quarter we go. We'll be right back after this. Well, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit of a development here at Titan Stadium. It appears there was some lightning in the area, so we will be headed to a lightning delay. Please stay with us. Casey and I will be right here, and we'll be right back in a little bit.